Hello, this is Kevin. This is Black Men Being Brutally Honest, and I just wanted to take the time to say thank you to my new subscribers and all of my existing subscribers for your continued support. So if you haven't, please go below this screen, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. When that menu pop up, hit all so you'll know when I upload to this channel, and hit that like button or hit the dislike button because, hey, that's our freedom of choice as Americans. And really, honestly, this whole shitstorm that I'm about to talk about is coming from a black man's freedom of choice as an American. Now, last week, we had Ice Cube saying that he wanted to carry his contract with Black America, to both political parties, and he told the story of how it went down. He said the Republicans took a look at it, they threw their plan up, and then made some adjustments accordingly. And he really didn't think that they were going to take that seriously anyway. But, it was kind of like, okay, they listened, okay. But compared to what the Democrats did, it looked very good for the Republicans, even if they were pandering. The Democrats, they took a look at it and say, we'll talk after the election. And, Ice Cube, they took to the attitude of, we got enough support from celebrities, just shut up and vote. That's how Ice Cube took it. And why do we blame him for taking it as such? So everyone's mad at Ice Cube, been all mad as fuck about Ice Cube, and been expressing it all over social media, calling Ice Cube a sellout and a coon. And that assessment is very puzzling, because Ice Cube always rolled with the black community no matter what. And it seems to me like, okay, if a black man does in what some black people view as mess up, that's the only chance he gets. That's the only chance he gets. He done sold out the black community. He want to work with Trump. He done endorsed Trump. There were so many knee-jerk reactions. And Ice Cube literally came out to the media several times and explained himself. And nobody will still listen. They just want to call him a sellout. And the one thing that it boils down to is this: Ice Cube is a black man. Now let's fast forward to 50 Cent. 50 Cent actually endorses Trump because he doesn't like Joe Biden's tax plan. So Jemele Hill decides to, instead of, being a logical person that could have went on a kind of a debate with 50 Cent or Ice Cube, she decides she wants to tweet this instead. Carrying out her continued vendetta against black men. And the reason why I say continued is because when writer Damon Young of Very Smart Brothers put that article out, straight black men are the new white people to black people, with something like that, still is like, I don't give a shit, because it's a really stupid statement. And Damon Young is not going to sit there and debate a straight black man, especially a straight black man from Alabama, about that BS. He's not going to do it. And he also, just to let y'all know, he appeared on Jemele Hill's podcast, Jemele Hill is Unbothered, which is a very, very ironic title for a podcast, because I'm sorry, Jemele Hill seems very, very bothered. And Damon Young made a statement that was very interesting. I'll put the link to the podcast in the description. He was like, well, a couple guys made YouTube videos about it, and, out of their mom's basement. Like, being very smug and condescending, like it was just so great that he called out black men, and a bunch of bitter black women who don't ever blame themselves for shit was going to buy his books. But anyway, this ain't about Damon Young. This is about Jemele Hill and this tweet she made that caused a shitstorm on Twitter. And it reads, I have increasingly found that many black men just want better access to patriarchy. They don't actually want it dismantled. Okay. So the implication in this tweet was that, okay, she's talking about white patriarchy, but she left the white off. But she's implying that black men, just because of Ice Cube and 50 Cent, that black men just want a seat at the table with white supremacy. The same Jemele Hill that posts this on social media wants you to believe that black men only want to sit at the table and be in line with white supremacy for favor. So my thing is, what have women like Jemele Hill, Lonnie Love, Dulce Sloan, and Amanda Seales been doing this entire time? Have they been advocating for black people? See, they do this. They say that kind of shit out of their mouth and then go on a tirade against black men. It's becoming very trendy. Numerous social media posts, YouTube videos, black men this, black men that, black men, black men, black men. Big old black, anti-black man sentiment. But we're supposed to co-sign to who y'all support. You support Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris, who big upped herself as the first Indian senator in the United States, is all of a sudden a black woman. She incarcerated many black males. She botched up the Oscar Grant case. Among many things. And there are other things on her record that pretty much say, hey, you know what? We shouldn't support her. She is on record as stating that she is not going to specifically do anything for black people. That people of color rhetoric. People of color is just a way of saying that black people are at the back of the line once again. You're mad at Ice Cube. Black people are mad at Ice Cube for saying, no, we ain't talking about people of color. We're talking about ADOS, descendants of slaves. We're talking about black people. What specifically for black people? Because guess what? Barack Obama, your president before Donald Trump, did things specific for groups. Specific. He did things specifically for the LGBT community. He did things specifically for Jews. He did things specifically for Asians. He did things specifically for Palestinians. Specifically. But every time you talk about doing things specifically for blacks, we're at the back of the damn line. Reparations. No, reparations ain't a good idea. Yeah, that's your boy. That's your boy. But, you know, I'm supposed to feel good about my vote instead of wanting something for it. Correct? So, because of that, because black men have been pointing out Joe Biden's racism and how Kamala Harris is not good for black people, we got Jemele Hill saying shit like this. Just say that you hate black men and you have a personal vendetta against black men. And people need, and here's another thing. People need to cut this bullshit hit dog holler thing out. Because hit dog holler, and if it don't apply, let it fly. Because that's the problem with a lot of black men. Well, it don't apply to me. She literally stated black men. Y'all need to cut out this if it don't apply, let it fly. Because that if you say if it don't apply, let it fly, and hit dogs holler, that's saying you're actually saying I just want to say bullshit with impunity. I don't think people should clap back at me for saying disrespectful stuff. If it ain't, I love how people say, oh, if it ain't true, then why you get mad about it? Okay, the whole hit dog thing, let me tell you something. Nobody does hit dog better than black women on social media. If not, why are black women always complaining about being bashed by black men? If it don't apply, let it fly. If it ain't you, what are you getting mad for? And most of the things said about black women are tangible. But hey, you know what? That'd probably be like another video. The reason why Jemele Hill and women like her love seeing bullshit like this is because of the fact that they're triggered by the fucking truth. That yes, a lot of black men have dropped the ball, but black women should not even have their hand on the ball. Like, let's just go ahead and say that. You shouldn't have your hand in the ball because guess what you're going to do? You're going to keep the ball from the black man and you're going to give it to the white man. Just like Jemele Hill Just like people like Lonely Love, Amanda Seales, Professor Crump, Brittany Cooper. Like, y'all need to stop. So now that Jemele Hill, who tweeted this, and one thing about that tweet thread, and you can Google it, or if you have a Twitter account, you can look Jemele Hill up. You'll see on that thread of people who agree with her, is white men, is white feminist, and is black feminist. I mean, and you know, it's some of them old suspect simp dudes too. Ooh, this is true. And, you know, and I got my own view on them. You know, anyway, like, I mean, to me, like, I can't stand a prideless black man. I cannot stand a prideless black man. Black men who are afraid of women throwing out false accusations. Ask Jason Mitchell. Jason Mitchell wasn't afraid, but he was ostracized from Hollywood because guess what? He dared check the black woman. That's why I don't like Lena Waithe. Like, thanks for the info, Donnie, by the way. Shout out to you ain't shit for watching. But, I mean, seriously, man, when are black men gonna stand in solidarity and start, like, fighting this shit on a consistent basis? Now, because of this, blame black men has been trending on Twitter. It is like, for me, who don't like Twitter, it is one of the funniest threads I've ever read. And that comment section full of like hetero black men with jokes, black women that are tired of the bullshit. And yes, you got these little old bitter black feminists attacking. So, yeah, like, let me show you some of these tweets, from the blame black men hashtag, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Hey, before we get started, let me read like one of my favorite ones. And you know, this is what I'm talking about when black women are getting tired of black women's bullshit. And this is from Nicole's view. Black women, if you are participating in this hashtag blame black men hashtag and you are regurgitating anti-black men rhetoric, then you're nothing but a bunch of Carolyn Bryants. Don't ever fix your wannabe twisted white feminist lips to say Black Lives Matter. You are off code and you are the enemy. Preach it, sister. Okay, I figured this would be the perfect way to start out the screenshots, with this one from a guy that calls himself Haru Fresh. And it reads, hashtag blame black men for Jemele Hill's mother's Trump and GOP voting record. But yeah, so recently she tweeted this: if you vote for Donald Trump, you are a racist, you have no wiggle room. And then she tweeted over 3 years previous to that, yes, my mother voted for Trump. She's been voting Republican since post Bill Clinton. But, you know, thank you, Haru, for this one, because it's like, this actually points out the blatant hypocrisy. Just kind of like say anything I want, and I don't think that there's going to be a day where that ever get checked for it, which is the mentality of a lot of women on social media. So great job. But it continues. Yeah, they busted up Jemele Hill pretty good on this one. What year did that Jemele Hill realize being pro-black was lucrative? Hashtag blame black men. I guess it was most certainly not during her tenure at ESPN. Oh yeah, and it continues with, you know, a barrage of satire and jokes. Really, it's a satire with a serious theme to it. Yes, a lot of black men are getting tired for being blamed for everything, including the things that we aren't responsible for. And I know that's a gripe that black women have, but black women carry it a step further. And instead of accepting accountability for the things that they do, they rather sit up there and go all over social media. Like I said, make a bunch of YouTube videos, make a bunch of Facebook posts, and shit on black men. And what I'm saying about stuff like this, hell, it's about damn time we started to stand up and say some shit. So I'm gonna end it with this tweet right here. Yeah, this is like when I created like Black Men Being Brutally Honest with Everyone, and I came to YouTube. This is like the exact message that I want to give black men, and this guy summed it up right here. He said, my advice for those straight black men reading up on the hashtag blame black men trend after the election, you will surely be blamed. There will be think pieces and paragraphs saying that it was all your fault. Fuck them. Go on the attack. Don't sit back and take the abuse. And that's all that I ever tried to say. You ain't gotta take it, bro. Seriously. And I've been called names repeatedly for not taking it. Honestly. So this statement right here preaches to the choir. Period. Don't take it, black men. You ain't got to. Period. Don't take shit like this from Jemele Hill and all these bitter feminists and all these misandrys and all these simp ass dudes, man. You have every right to say what you want to say, just like everyone else. So that's it for now. Just wanted to put a bug in your ear, and I'm glad to see that black people are starting to actually seemingly stand against this crap. You know, because when you accept what people like Jemele Hill are saying and some of those other women that I mentioned earlier, you are actually in accordance with white supremacy. And the sooner that a lot of our people realize this shit, the better off we'll be. But until then, this is Kev. This is Black Men Being Brutally Honest. Long live the habitual line steppers. In Kev we trust. Goodbye.